kids. We're going to look at section 2.7 and start with example number 1. So they want us to discuss the asymptotic behavior, or just what are the asymptotes doing. Asymptotic, maybe that's how you say it. In figure 2. And I will try my best to draw this figure. Once again, it's on your video example sheets. So we have a 3, goes like that, kind of goes like this, crosses, and then we have another one at 7. Okay, so we have an asymptote at 7. We also have an asymptote at 3. And so if we just say like the limit as x approaches infinity, so as we go really far to the right, what is the y value of our function approaching? Well, that's approaching 7. Then the limit as x approaches negative infinity, or in other words, as we go really far to the left, which y value is our function approaching? So g of x is approaching 3. And so those are the horizontal asymptotes. Okay. Now we have example number 2. Wants us to calculate the limit x approaches plus or minus infinity. So this is just similar to like talking about end behavior, if you remember that from math 2, I think it was. Okay. So if we just think of this like plugging into infinity on the top, plug in infinity, infinity squared is still infinity, times 20 is still infinity, minus a arguably smaller infinity, but bigger infinity minus smaller infinity is going to be infinity. Now if we plug in same sort of logic, and I'm being really loose with the terminology on this, we have infinity over infinity. Okay? Now what we're going to do instead is we're going to think of everything, essentially we're going to divide everything by the largest coefficient. So in this, or not the largest coefficient, sorry, the largest power of x. So I'm going to divide everything by x to the 5th and divide everything on top by x to the 5th. Okay. Now, if we do that, we're going to get 20 x to the 3, or sorry, not that. We're going to get 20 over x cubed minus 3 over x to the 4th. Then right here, we're just going to get a 3 minus 4 over x cubed plus 5 over x to the 5th. Okay. Now if we apply this limit down here, if we have infinity on the bottom, we want to get used to like, so like 1 over infinity equals 0. Okay. So this just goes to 0. This goes to 0. So 0 minus 0, top is 0. On the bottom, this goes to 0, this goes to 0. And we're just left with 3. 0 over 3 is just 0. And so